A gun battle takes place in Africa, in which a single Western soldier outguns many locals. No matter how many times he is killed, he is eventually felled by tranquilizer darts and removed in a US top-secret body bag. Later, in Japan, Kei Nagai is leaving school, lost in his thoughts and crossing the road, when he is hit and killed by a truck. Within moments, he begins to recover and discovers he is an immortal demi-human, known as the Ajin, the third in Japan. The bystanders and students realize it too, and begin to see the opportunity to receive a large reward for his capture. In shock, Kei screams, which immobilizes everyone, allowing him to escape. The police and a man called Yutasaki of the government Ajin branch converge on the scene. Kei manages to meet up with Kaido, an old trusted friend, and they flee on his motorcycle. Kaido takes Kei and flees to the hills on his motorcycle. While stopping for fuel, Kei was recognized by two criminals in a van who have just abducted a schoolgirl. The criminals follow them, and when the boys stop by the side of the road, the criminals attack. The leader pins down Kei and chokes him to death to see if he revives. As Kei loses consciousness, a mummified figure, or black ghost, materializes nearby. Kei comes back to life and screams again, immobilizing everyone. Kaido recovers and they flee again on the motorcycle, pursued shortly thereafter by the criminals, who are in turn followed by the black ghost. Meanwhile, at the crime scene at Ajin's house, Tasaki explains to the police how an Ajin voice can immobilize anyone who hears their scream. He received a report containing the whereabouts of the Ajin. He orders tranquilizer guns for the police as the best way to stop an Ajin. Kaido and Kei manage to cross a railway line, but as the criminals cross the tracks behind them, the black ghost immobilizes the driver, and their van is destroyed by an oncoming train. The black ghost is heard repeating Kei's words. After escaping from the criminals, Kaido and Kei are seen and pursued by another motorcyclist. Meanwhile, a man called Yutasaki recognizes a guy called Sato, an Ajin hunter at Kai's house where the original Ajin accident occurred. The other motorcyclist is revealed to be an Ajin bounty hunter and caused the boys to crash, in turn making Kaido fall unconscious. Kai pleaded with the man to call an ambulance for Kaido because he's still human, but he refused and blames Kai for involving his friend. However, Kaido recovers and was able to knock the bounty hunter unconscious. Unfortunately, Kei has a broken leg and cannot move, but knowing he can't die and that he can come back to life, he uses the motorcyclist's knife to kill himself, and then fully recovers without injuries. Sato along with a man called Koji discuss ways to find Kei. On the other hand, Kaido takes Kei to the forest, where he suggests that they should go to Kyushu, and Kei sees the black ghost again. Yutasaki's assistant, called Izumi Shimamura, questions Kei's sister on who told her about the time Kei saw a black ghost, which was when their dog died. Suddenly, a black ghost appears and kills Izumi right before her eyes, along with the police officers. Izumi manages to recover and it is revealed that she is also an Ajin. She uses her own black ghost to attack the one sent by man Koji, which managed to kill her. The black ghosts battle each other, with the one controlled by Izumi eventually defeating the one controlled by Koji. However, Sato abducts Kei's sister during the battle and tells her that he wants to help Kei. Kei decided that he should try to contact other Ajin who may be in hiding, but Sato contacts him first and they agree to meet. Kei leaves while Kaido is sleeping and meets Sato, but before Kei can decide whether to trust Sato, he is shot by a tranquilizer dart. Sato decides that Kei is inexperienced and must be educated. Yutasaki and the police arrive and take Kei into custody. Sato reveals that it was his plot to have Kei captured by the government, so that they would mistreat him and thus turn him against humans. The government surgeons began experimenting on Kei in a sealed room. Under intense pain, his black ghost appears, but Kei resists using it to kill the surgeon. Sato and Tanaka mercilessly attack the installation, until Sato finally reaches Kei to free him. However, Sato discovers that Kei has not become the vengeful Ajin that he expected, and considers his strategy a failure. Sato suspects that something is different about Kei, and when Sato starts to kill helpless surgeons, Kei disapproves and kills Sato. In the Ajin Research Center, a man, called Akuya, tries to explain the black ghosts, and Yutasaki insists that Izumi should stay by his side to protect him. Sato hunts Kei to kill him permanently, but Kei decides to help the surgeons escape and act as a decoy. He attacks Sato but fails, and as Sato is about to kill Kei, his black ghost appears and saves him. As Kei and the remaining surgeon try to escape the installation, Sato catches them again, so Kei calls upon his black ghost. But so does Sato. The black ghosts attack each other, and neither wins, but the distraction enables Kei to escape to the nearby river. After losing the sample, Kei and Tasaki receive a warning from the minister. He recalls the time when the minister offered him a position in the Ajin Control Commission, and where he saw weapons being tested on Ajin 2 for potential profit. As Sato leaves the research complex, he addresses the media, and uses them to publicize the fact that the government conducts inhumane experiments on Ajin, and announces a public meeting planning to attract other Ajins to the event. At the event, Tanaka uses his Ajin skills to address only the black ghosts of Ajin, who show up at the public meeting, telling them the real meeting place. Meanwhile, Tasaki pursues his own agenda to get more information about the Ajin. He kidnaps the expert biophysicist, Akuya, and leaves a damaged body in his place. Later, he visits a hospital where his fiancée lies in a coma because she couldn't afford the high cost of her treatment. Kei recovers from drowning in the ocean, but has an accident with an old lady on a bicycle. He decides to stop and help her. Sato addresses the 7 Ajin who attend his private meeting, and gives them the option of joining him in a massacre. Those that don't, he plans to keep as captives. 3 decide to join him, but 4 do not. 2 are shot and 2 run, but only one young boy, Nakano, escapes. Kei helps the old lady home, and although she realizes he's an Ajin, takes no action. Kei uses the opportunity to carry out some tests of his own, to summon the black ghost. Nakano arrives home to find a bunch of armed men sent by Tasaki to capture him. Before he's caught, an ambulance called by a neighbor arrives and takes Nakano to the hospital. He dies, but reawakens and escapes. Meanwhile, Sato releases a public message threatening to change public opinion by force, commencing with an attack on a pharmaceuticals company in 10 days. Nakano comes across a black ghost's tracks and finds Kei, who is now acting as the grandson of the old lady in the village with her consent. Nakano suggests that they join forces to fight Sato. Although Kei agrees with him, he really just wants a peaceful life, so he traps Nakano in an abandoned truck to restrain him. Meanwhile, Sato and the new Ajin prepare for war on humanity. Back at the Ajin Control Commission, a man called Sakabi, who is a high-ranked member of the Ministry of Health, is assigned to monitor Tasaki and possibly become his successor. Regardless, Tasaki continues to brutally question Akira, who is his captive, for information about Ajin. After being allowed to smoke his cigarettes, he begins to talk. He told them everything he knows about Ajin and black ghosts, which we come to discover are also known as IBMs, invisible black matter. IBMs have individual characteristics and are unstable, lasting only about 10 minutes, and can only be generated 1 to 2 times per day, and are difficult to control in the rain. Kei kept Nakano locked up, and tries to figure out how the black ghosts work. He is having trouble, as he finds that it tends to do the opposite of what he tells it to do. Kei is seen in the woods by a local who becomes suspicious. To allay the fears of the local officials, Kei appeals personally to them to accept him into the village. Sakabi reports that Tasaki is acting under his own authority, and suspects that he has Akuya, but the minister decides to take no action and continue to monitor him. Sato's group prepare for their attack on the Grant Pharmaceuticals company. Sato's group puts his plan into action with the assistance of the 3 new Ajin, sabotaging a building dressed as cleaners. Tasaki coordinates the defense of Grant Pharmaceuticals, whose CEO does not stop production or send staff home. Kei still keeps Nakano captive and refuses to stop Sato, enjoying his life playing the grandson of the old lady. Sato implements his plan, collapsing a nearby 50-story building onto Grant Pharmaceuticals, then challenging the elite Metropolitan Police assault team to defeat him. The Metropolitan Police assault team used different tactics to continually kill Sato to prevent him from acting against them. 2 of Sato's Ajin begin attacking the police, but are quickly targeted by police snipers. However, in retaliation, Tanaka uses his black ghost to attack the snipers. A break in the action enables Sato to revive and use his black ghost to distract the Metropolitan Police assault team so he can wipe them out by firing at close range. After killing them all, Sato calmly walks away. Mr. Keita, the villager who saw Kei in the woods, sees the ensuing news coverage and recognizes a picture of Kei. Mr. Keita reports Kei to the police to claim a reward. Tasaki orders all available forces to the area to catch Kei. When Kei is confronted by the police, he uses his black ghost to delay them, allowing him to escape into the woods. He uses Nakano's phone to throw the police off his trail, but Tasaki realizes it's a ruse and closes in. Kei releases Nakano and they try to escape together, but they are intercepted by Tasaki, who shoots them with tranquilizer darts. Kei manages to invoke his black ghost to attack Tasaki, but Izumi invokes hers to intercept it. The black ghosts battle each other, and it gives time for Kei and Nakano to revive and run. Izumi's black ghost pursues them, but much to Tasaki's and Izumi's surprise, Kei manages to keep on recreating his. The boys manage to escape, and Kei finally decides it's time for them to take out Sato, blaming him for the destruction of his peaceful life. Sato makes another public broadcast, announcing a second wave action to assassinate 15 people involved in the conspiracy against Ajin, and if there is no improvement in the treatment of Ajin, a third wave will be unleashed with which he intends to rule the country. And this brings the anime to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on another video. Until next time, take care.